This is tutorial 4-5 in GIS tutorial workbook 3. In this tutorial, we're going to be georeferencing and tracing. Now, we're going to first start by opening up our tutorial 4-5 mix file, which will appear blank, so don't freak out. And we're going to add our landing perimeter that we've been working on. If you don't have one, you can copy one from the data folder. It's in the City of Olender geodatabase. It's not very good, so your results may vary from what I have. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a TIFF. And you might remember this TIFF because we were looking at it before. Here, many of you might have a window pop up saying that the pyramids need to be built. Just click yes. And then for this window, just hit OK. And what we're going to do now is georeference. And we do that by going to Customize, Toolbars, and Georeferencing. And then down here, you just click Fit to Display. And what it did was it fit the image right to where we're working. Before, it was like just thrown anywhere. You could have zoomed to it, but it would have been more difficult georeferencing it anyway, but this way. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go up to our windows and our magnifier. And we're going to make it 600. And we're going to change it to update while dragging. The reason we want to do that is because if you're moving it this way, it does the crosshairs and then zooms in. For this, it's going to be easier just doing this, where it stays zoomed in. You don't get the crosshairs. And what we're going to do is we're going to find our point down here. And we're going to match it with this corner over here. And to do that easier, we're going to change this to a bit thicker red so it sticks out a little bit more. And then we're going to use this right here. This is the add control points. So we're going to choose one for here. And we're going to connect it right here. And then we're going to do the same for over here. I tried doing this with the one that the geodatabase provided, and it did not work out nearly as nice as if you were to do it yourself. And that one looks perfectly fine. As you can see, it looks like it's almost completely matched up. So we can X out of that now. And we're going to go to georeferencing, update display. If you want to make sure that your residual is good, I mean your lineup, you just go to view link table, and these should be as close to 1 as possible. And by that, I don't mean if they're a small decimal. I mean if they are like 72, they might be too small, or you might want to redo it. So I'm pretty happy with my fit. I think it's really close. So what we're going to do now is we're going to save this so it's referenced if we ever shut this down or use it for another project. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to georeferencing and rectify. And here you want to choose your output folder. You're going to want to go and click on my answers, but not go into it and just click add. You're normally used to going in and then naming it in there. That's not how you do it on this. And then we just name it the landing rectified. Make sure that it's a TIFF and then just hit save. Now that's there for future reference, and we can go in and we can add it to our map. Get rid of this old one. Now we're done with the georeferencing toolbar, so we're just going to turn that off, and we're going to start our editing session. And we're going to want to make sure that the landing at Eden Lake is selected. Open up our Create Features. And we're going to zoom in to this area right here. Okay. And what we're going to do now is we're going to select this line right here. And we want to make that proportional. So we're going to go up to Customize, and we're going to go to COGO, and we're going to use this proportions. And we're just going to zoom in a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to use this tool right here, and it opens up this window. Now what we're going to want to do is, starting down here is where 1 would be. And right now it's just one segment, and the whole segment is 158.197 feet. But what we want to do is we want to make it be from here to here, which would be 61.63. So we're going to type that in to right here, 61.63, enter. And then what it does is it breaks it up into 2 segments, added up, they equal the original. That's all they want us to do right now. So then you just click OK. And now we want to start drawing. So we're going to come over here, click on this, and as you can see now, we have a vertex right here. Now, in drawing the line, we could just come out here and place it, but right here it tells us how long it is. It's 120.72 feet. So you just want to hit Control L and type in that number. Now it is that length. And you can just match it up as best as you can, and then press enter. Then we're going to want to do the same thing with this segment, which is 13.60, and this one, which is 62.06. Now, this next part is going to be a little bit tricky because what we have here is a slightly curving line. And how we're going to get to that is we're going to use a new tool that's in the feature construction tool. And it's this one right here, the endpoint arc segment. It's actually up here in the editor too. I don't know why they have us use the feature construction one. So I'm just going to get rid of that one just to reduce clutter on the screen. And what you want to do is you want to scroll down, and the way they show it in the picture, they want us to put it right here by this W. And then they want us to curve to where it covers up the line. Now if we go up, it's a slightly curved line, and it matches pretty well. Now, when moving on, be very careful to switch back to the straight line segment. Now this one, I'm going to do the Control L again. 53.53. Control L. 45.19. Now what we have here is we have another arch. So we're going to use this line segment again. I'm going to click right over here. And I'm going to try to get it as even as possible. And that seems pretty good right there. So back to straight line segment. Control L. And this one is 21.5. And then we're going to finish our sketch. Now they want us to go back to the left side of our segment, and they want us to select the line that was below this one, so this one right here. And what they want us to do is they want us to change this one line segment into these broken up ones. So we're going to zoom out a little bit. There we go. Maybe zoom in a little bit. Try to get the whole thing into the view. Now we're going to go up to our proportion. And you can see that the arrows are pointing up. That means we have to start from the bottom. And that is 32.12. 87.02. 87.02. Then 23.92. Then just click OK. Okay. Now, there's a U-turn where they want us to use this on the right side of the feature into small. On the right side. So we're going to come over here, use our select tool. This one is correct. This one, however, is not. So we're going to use our proportions. We can see that it's going down, so we can start up here. And I believe that is 22.86. Then 82.99. 82.99. We're going to cancel that real quick. I made the mistake of not being able to see everything. Okay. So now I can see everything. I can go back in and do it again. So 22.86, 82.99, 82.99, 30.75, call that. Okay. Now we're going to choose this one, which seems to be correct. This one seems to be correct as well. So let's see how the rest of the ones on here match up. Okay. Go down. Okay. This one seems like it could be fixed. So we're going to zoom out. We're starting from bottom up. And that looks to be 62.86. $175.40. Actually, let's zoom in just so we can be sure on our values. And I was making a great error because that's 115.40. And then it's 53.65. And 62.86. This is where it's very important to know what your values are. It would be good to have a hard copy in your hand while you're doing this. So 62.86. 40. And 53.65. Okay, and we can worry about this one. Yeah, let's work on this one now. Okay, I'm just going to jot these numbers down. We have 138.5, 176.58, 85, 85, 85, so we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. $122.63, and then just zoom in. And we'll call that 53.23. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to open up this right here, and we're going to go down our line. Okay, make sure how many of those 85s I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one more. 122.63. And then 53.23. Okay. Okay. Now what they want us to do is go up and do the same on the right side. With this one. So we're going to zoom out. Now we're going from this direction to this one. So for this one, we want 84.2. 59.92. And 87.11, I believe. And that's its own separate one. Okay. Now with that done, we're going to use our straight line segment. And we're going to snap and finish our sketch. And we're going to zoom out a little bit more. That one is not 100% because of the little crook there, but for the most part, it should be fine. And the same reason for that one, most likely. The curves are probably what's causing the biggest problem with these. So what I'm going to do is edit those a little bit better to make them more accurate. And that's probably the best I'm going to get for right now. But these are the little things that you go in and you change once you get a majority of it done. Okay, now what they have us they want us to do is they want us to work over here. First, we're going to zoom in and make sure these connect. Yes. So we're going to come over here and we're going to try a new method. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our straight line segment. And we're going to place a point here. Then we're going to switch over to our arc. We're going to finish it. Then what they want us to do is use our straight line segment again. And they want us to create a point from here to about here. Finish sketch. And they want us to go to Customize, Advanced Editing. And they want us to use this copy tool. And what they want us to do is they want us with this selected still. Click here, click OK. And as you can see, it copied what we just made. But you might notice that they are not fully extended. So we're going to use the extension tool. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to clear our selection. Then we're going to select the top line and the bottom line. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the extend tool now. And you're just going to click on the endpoints. The reason this one didn't get extended, we're just going to clear our selection real quick, I believe is because this part was not selected as well. So now we're going to try that again. And it's fully extended. So we're going to zoom out now. And as you can see, we've made our little parcels here. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to turn those parcels that are lines into polygons. And how we're going to do that is the book tells you to open up the search and type in create feature class. But when I click on it, nothing comes up. I don't know why. So I'm going to do it a different way. First, I'm going to stop my editing, save my edits. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the catalog. And I'm going to go to my land records. Right click on property data, go to new feature class. And I'm going to call it the landing polygon. make sure that it's a polygon. I'm going to import a template from parcels. As you can see, it just saved us a whole lot of time. Then we can click finish. Now, if you did that using the tool, you would have had to browse to what geodatabase you wanted it in and do all the extra work. For me, this is actually a lot easier. So if you can get it to work the other way and you want to do it that way, that's up to you. Okay, so we're done with that. Now, they tell us to add the topo toolbar. Now, the thing with this is, I believe this might be a change from 10 to 10.1, which I'm using. So if this works for 10, I'm going to show you how to get there. You just go to Customize, Toolbars, and it's right here. Now, there should be a create or construct polygons, but there isn't. And the reason for that is we're going to first start our editing session back up. I meant to do that before, but even if we go in and do that, that option doesn't come up. The only options we have are shared features, topo edit tool, and select, and none of them are on there. So what we are going to do is use the construct polygons in here. So we're going to right click on our landing at Eden Lake and select all features. And on the advanced editing tool bar, we have the construct polygons. So with that selected, and make sure everything is selected, hit construct polygons. And make sure that the landing polygon is the template, and change the cluster tolerance to 0.07. Then just click OK. Now we're going to clear our selection and get rid of this, get rid of this, turn off this, and as you can see, we now have a polygon with our parcels. Now, I did this once before and I had some gaps, some weren't drawn in. I'm not sure why that occurred. It could be because there was too much air and it wouldn't allow me to do it. But either way, it worked this time. This is a good tutorial to go over and do multiple times. The first time I did it, it was very choppy. I did it about 2 more times and it became very fluid and easy to do. And that's it for this tutorial.